Okay, so I don't know if you've heard the news, but Onefour have just pulled out of the Grass is Greener festival. They say after multiple attempts to work through many challenges, they have failed to honour their obligations and cannot deliver the show we and our fans expect. And let's start off by saying I'm not here to run down the Grass is Greener festival. It's a great festival. I'm sure they are being hassled by authorities and people above them in regards to this matter. But why does this keep happening and when will it change? I'm looking forward to hearing the exact reasons why they pulled out. Now, I'm only speculating here, but I'm guessing the festival asked Onefour to maybe not perform certain songs and certain verses, and I wonder how many people brought tickets to the festival just to see Onefour perform. Let's be honest, Onefour are probably the biggest rap group in this country. I mean, the last show they performed together with all 4 members, excluding Sally, they sold out Festival Hall in Brisbane in under an hour, and there was no violence whatsoever. Just a 4,000 people crowd capacity, all there having a great time seeing their favourite band. And yes, some of the music is violent, but let's look at the latest festival lineups and see what American acts the authorities were happy to see perform. Listen Out Festival was originally supposed to have Polo G and Young Thug headline, and yes, the same Young Thug who's awaiting his trial on RICO cases, and the same Polo G that claims to be associated with the Gangster Disciples. And this is no hate or judgment as to how these artists grew up, I'm just stating facts. Even Trippie Redd was performing. The content of these artists' music is overall a lot more violent than what Onefour is if you really listen. The monthly Spotify and Apple Music streams coming from this country are a lot higher with the artists I just mentioned. So putting 2 and 2 together, wouldn't the content of their music be having more of an effect on our community, yet the authorities are happy to see them headline and tour the country freely, but some boys from our own backyard rapping about the same content seem to be restricted? I just don't get it. Onefour have even said in interviews they want to impact kids in a positive way and try and do a lot for their community where they can. The amount of money Onefour would be missing out on not being able to perform would be ridiculous. They've been able to do a couple of shows, just recently performed in Darwin and a few small pop-up shows, and also the Kid Laroi recently brought them out to a sold-out arena, and I was at that show and the whole crowd knew every word to their tracks. But if they were able to perform, they would be international superstars. They would be selling out shows in the UK and New Zealand, and their fan base would be crazy. I believe to let them perform, the venue has to hire the Riot Squad, which no venue is really going to be able to afford on top of what Onefour are worth. I strongly believe if they could perform, there would be no violence. I've been to hundreds of hip hop shows and there's more violence at an AFL and NRL game. Everyone is just there to have a good time and see their favourite band. Do the police really think Onefour's quote unquote ops are waiting in the queue at Ticketek, getting tickets and coming in and causing trouble? It's ridiculous. They even let the king of cocaine rap Pusha T headline one of Australia's biggest festivals, Beyond the Valley. Not only is it Onefour, in the past they have even shut down Husky shows and stopped TKO performing at a charity event. When will this stop, and do you think it's fair? Let me know in the comments. I'll also say no hate to any of the artists or festivals I've mentioned. I'm a big fan of music in general and I just want to see everyone succeed, especially our own artists.
I have to explain, because we do get shows every now and then, but I guess we just get shut down every now and then and that by the coppers and that we're not really allowed to perform in Sydney.
Right.
For us to be straight up.
Okay.
No performance, whatever it is, that issue, I think is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It means no performing, especially for us. And it's been hard to get shows and that because even when we try to do right, it just gets slid under the rug. And if anything happens within the streets, not even with our name, but just with young cats, this and that, it ties in, all right, Onefour, they were the one. Even if it was in a whole different state or they were the one.
They'll still throw it back to the biggest face.
But you guys